Alright, super cool. Alright, so here we go. We're going to do an introduction to Linux Mint 19. We'll look at some of the new features. We're going to browse about. This is on a virtual machine. Obviously, it's not a live hardware system, but it all works about the same anyway. Alright, so let's jump right in. Now, I've set the password to root, as it makes it a little bit easier for getting things moving forward without having to go through some complicated mess of a password. Anyway, I don't recommend you use root. I don't think anybody would. Mainly because it's stupid. Just don't use root. Alright. Okay, upon logging in, you see the welcome screen. That's been changed up a bit. It's got the first steps. I should look at stuff that you should do upon first launch, I suppose. And you got the IRC chat room and the web forms and the contribute button. Let's take a look at the first steps. Alright, so it says snapshots. Now this apparently is a new feature. It allows the computer to make systematic snapshots in order for you to be able to revert back if something were to break. This uses rsync or BTRFS. I don't have a BTRFS file system on this computer, so we're going to go with rsync. We're going to move forward. Now, anybody that's operated on a Linux system knows that if you mess around with stuff, you could quite easily break things if you do not know what you're doing. But the wonderful thing about this is that it will allow you to take and go backward and undo the damage that you previously did. Alright. We're going to do it daily and weekly. And we're going to hit finish. You know, you can select hourly, you can make sure to back up your at boot. You can do whatever you want, but I'm just going to do daily and weekly. Click next. Alright, super cool. Let's go ahead and finish. You might want to read some of this information if you're unfamiliar with how it works. If you are familiar with how it works, then this is just old information that you probably won't need. Anyway, it allows you to, like I said, revert back if you end up screwing something up and drastically destroying your system. Let's go ahead and finish. Alright, this is the time shift interface. Like I said, you can create, you can restore, you can delete, you can browse. You can take and change the settings around. You can even open the wizard that we just went through. Alright, let's go ahead and close that. Alright, next thing is Device Manager. Always want to see what's going on in here because, well, I don't know really as much importance as there is in here. I don't think there is all that much. If you have custom video cards, like for instance an AMD or an NVIDIA video card, you could try and install the proprietary drivers onto the system, but right now, because I'm running on a virtual machine, I don't have any of that, so it doesn't show up. Anyway, alright, the Update Manager. This is the next little bit. I'm going to launch the Update Manager. Alright, the Update Manager. This has apparently been changed around a bit, so we're going to read some, get some information, and then we'll move forward. Recommends automatic system snapshots. Okay. Okay. Let's move forward. Obviously, I just woke up, so I'm doing good. Got my can of Wake Me Up right there. Okay, see. first things right off the bat, got a bunch of updates. Alright, very first thing I'm going to do though, I'm going to go like this. We're going to select a closer mirror. That way we can get the updates a little bit faster. It defaults to these two address URLs because these are the two that I expect are closest to the compiling developers. So, well, obviously linuxmint.com is going to be extremely local to the person compiling it. Anyway, see which way we get on this. EvoWise is generally the fastest that I've seen around me anyway. Let's see where we get to though. Yeah, looks like it would be. Alright. See where we're at with this. For some reason the Ubuntu mirrors are slower. I've never understood why, but I mean there's plenty around it. There's plenty around me. You know, there's no real reason why they should be as slow as they are, but maybe it's a lack of funding. Hey, look at that. Same place that we got the last good speed off of. Let's go ahead and use that. Apply. Okay. Alright. Now, you'll notice a couple of things have changed. They have a new look to everything. Everything's got these new icons, kind of bright and poppy a little bit. I don't know how people generally feel about that. I suppose it's up to them how they want to feel. I'm not responsible for that, nor is anybody else. Alright. Okie dokie, so we're gonna take and we're gonna run this update. As you can see, this does have a kernel update in it. Now, kernel updates are where you have major problems on a lot of these updates if they have not been gone through good. With a kernel update, you could possibly end up not being able to boot your system because the information regarding the hardware and other things may have changed, may have been tweaked, in which case your independent, individualized system may have issues with a kernel update. So, just let you know, I'm going to drop all these updates onto the system right now. Okay. I always open this up because I want to see if any packages fail to download, because it does happen sometimes. I've seen it. Favorite pretzel on the entire planet, Old Dutch. They made chocolate covered ones, I'd buy them. Yeah, a lot of people have been waiting with bated breath for this particular release. Don't know why. I expect it's just because it's near the newest version of Ubuntu. Alright. Refresh the cache real quick to see what we got. Alright. Okay, so that's the update manager. Look at the system settings. No, not much is changing here, just the look and feel of it. They've changed up the icons. That's definitely a new feature. See what they have for backgrounds. Let's see what that looks like. Oh. Yeah, it's interesting. Snap backgrounds. Alright. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. I don't got any pictures on this, so. See what they have for effects. About the same as old. Fonts. Themes. Now themes are really cool. I like theming my desktop, but we're not gonna do that right away. But yeah, it's pretty tight themes in here. All right, so look at our software manager, because there are a couple of things that I want to put on here. One being Krita, and another one being, well, Sterling, interestingly enough, and Sublime. Alright, let's look up Krita. Now you can get the flat hub version, or you can get the regular app version. I really don't care because it's all basically come from the same software hole, so just different way of installing. So, for those of you who haven't used Krita, Krita is an image manipulation software, not totally unlike Photoshop. I think it's much better. It's a lot lighter weight, and it's open source, so that's definitely a benefit, and it's free. So you're not shelling out 30 or 40 bucks a month for some retarded Adobe software, and you know what, you can install it on your Linux without any problem. Always kind of bugged me why they didn't ever make Photoshop for Linux. I've been advocating for it for the last 10 years. I don't know, maybe they just feel that some Linux nerd is gonna hack it like they did to the Mac version and the Windows version continually, consistently. It's just retarded. It's like, you know, us Linux users are actually a pretty big user base. I think they stomped themselves out of the marketplace by doing that, but that's neither here nor there. Now, Sublime is a text editor. I like it. It's open source. Well, yeah, it's open source and it's operable on Linux without a license. I think you have to pay for the Mac edition and the Windows edition of it, but it's free on Linux. So I'm going to go ahead and install that. I generally put Sterling on because me and my son, we like to do astronomy. I'm not going to do that today because, well, it's like I said, it's a virtual machine. And I've got it on a bigger Mac computer, which I have Linux Mint 18 on a secondary boot, so that's all good. Anyway, you can see the interface for installing things has not changed very much. It does work pretty well. You've got all your categories down here, your editor's pick, your flat pack grouping, where you can take and select the different things which are installable through Flatpak. Like I said, Flatpak is just a different way of installing the software. It's the same software as it would be otherwise. It's just in a different package to make it easier to install. Anyway, but yeah, let's go ahead and let that finish up its installation right now while it's going. I'm not going to interrupt it. Alright, so that is the interface of that much of Linux Mint right off the start page. So let's browse around. As you can see, the icons have changed. They're more GNOME, I think. I think all the icons are more of a GNOME type icon, because this actually has a kind of a look and feel like Kali. If you've ever used Kali, the penetration software, it's kind of got that look and feel to it. Like I said, it feels like it's more GNOME, but that's kind of neither here nor there, because if we know we're now using the GNOME desktop engine, so it should be pretty nominal. It's not really that big a deal. Anyway, I've got the basics that are generally installed on Linux Mint. We have everything from Redshift to USB stick formatter. Comes with for graphics, image manipulation programs. Got your internet programs. I generally install Chromium. I don't like Google Chrome, mainly because it is just annoying. But I like Chromium because it's more or less the free edition, unbranded edition of Google Chrome, and it operates a little bit better, I think, than Firefox. That's my own personal opinion. I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Whatever. Sound and video players. I think VLC Media Player would cover everything in this category here, but I suppose that's just me again. Here's our administration. We have a backup tool. We have disk usage analyzer, driver management, all the way down to system monitor, your update manager, system reports, so on and so forth. Your preferences, we have everything that you find inside of your settings area. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So yeah. Anyway, this has just been a short overview of the new Linux Mint 19. I'm not sure of the stability of the system. I've not run any any software tests against it for gathering crash reports or anything else like that. So tell me what you think. Thank you much. Like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.